Hey guys, welcome back. In today's lesson, we're going to talk about the articles in English. So first, let me tell you what we're going to learn in today's lesson. In the very beginning part of the lesson, you will get familiar with the articles in English. The next part, you will learn the types of articles and the usages of them. In the last part of the lesson, you will learn some exceptional rules. So stay until the end of the lesson to get all the points. Okay, now let's begin the lesson by a question. What are the articles? This is a question that you may have. So let's have the answer of this question. Articles are small words that go before nouns. Let's see this structure. This structure, you see article plus noun. It means that we use articles before a noun in English, as the definition tells us here. Let's see the articles. A, on, the. These are the articles in English. A, on, the. Okay, you may already know what a noun is, but let's see some examples of nouns as well to get them better. Noun can be people, like students, teachers. Noun can be places, like school, park. Noun can be things, like book, car, and a noun can be animals, like cat, mouse. Very easy and very simple. Use an article before a noun. Let's go to the next part of the lesson and see some examples of noun plus article. A pen, an elephant, the table, a book, an apple, the sun. In all these examples, the first part is the article, the second one is the noun. So we have article plus noun. You may have a question when to use a, on, the. Don't worry. Let's go to the next part of the lesson and learn them. Actually, there are two types of articles in English. Indefinite articles, and the next type, definite article. So what are indefinite articles? A, an. These two are indefinite articles in English, but the is known as definite article in English. What is the difference between indefinite articles and definite article? We normally use indefinite articles before the nouns that are not identified or the nouns that are not specified to us. But we use definite article the before the nouns that are identified and specified to us. This is the first difference of indefinite articles and definite article. The next difference, a and an both means one. So we use them before a singular noun which is countable. A noun that we can count that, like one book, two books, three books. But we can use the with both countable and uncountable nouns. And also, we can use the with both singular and plural nouns. Now that you have learned the difference between indefinite and definite articles, let's see when to use a and when to use an. See this structure. In this structure, we have an plus vowel sounds. It means we use an before a noun which begins by a vowel sound or a vowel letter. So what are vowel sounds or vowel letters? In one of previous lessons, we have talked about the vowel sounds. If you want, you can watch that as well. So now let's see once again the vowel sounds in English. A, E, I, O, U. These 5 letters are called vowels in English. Whenever a noun begins by one of them, we use an before that noun. Like these examples. An apple. The next example, an egg. The last example, an image. All these nouns begin by a vowel sound, so the article for them is an. But this structure tells us a plus consonant sound. It means we use a before a noun which begins by a consonant sound or letter. Except these 5 letters, all other letters are consonant in English. Like these examples, a dog, a school, a chair. All these 3 nouns begin by a consonant sound, so the article for them is a. Now let's talk a bit about the usages of the. The plus both vowel and consonant sounds. It means we can use the with the nouns that begin with both vowel and consonant sounds. And we have talked before that we can use the with both singular and plural nouns, and with both countable and uncountable nouns. Let's see the examples. The dog, the dogs. In the first example, the is used with a singular noun which begins by a consonant letter. Here, the is used with a plural noun. The next example, the girl, the girls, the orange, the oranges. In this example, you can see the with a noun that begins by a vowel sound. The last example, the moon, the sky. Let's continue the lesson and see 2 exceptional rules about the articles. Number 1, let's see these examples first, then we will talk about it. A university, union, an umbrella. The first exception is about the letter U. According to the rules of articles, we have to use an before a noun that begins by the letter U, because U is a vowel sound. But whenever U at the beginning of a word is pronounced like U or makes the sound U, we use the article a before that. Like these 2 examples, a university, a union. But here, the letter U makes the sound a, so we use an for that, an umbrella. The next one, number 2. First, let's see the examples here. An old man, a fresh egg, an egg. If we have an adjective before the noun, like this example, old man, so we choose the article according to the first letter of the adjective, not the first letter of the noun. So that's why here we have an old man. The next one, a fresh egg. As you can see, the article is a because the adjective fresh begins by the letter F, which is a consonant. But you see in this example, the noun egg without an adjective, so we use an before that. Okay, now let's jump to the final part of the lesson and see some examples of the articles in sentences. A book is on the table. The next example, the math book is on the table. You may have a question why in the first example we have a book, in the next example we have the book. Because in the first example, the book is unspecified. We don't know what book this is. But in the next example, the book is identified. We know what book this is. This is a math book. So we have the math book is on the table. It means we know what type of book on the table is. The next example, I need an umbrella. Here in this example, I need an umbrella. Doesn't matter which one of them, which color. So that's why we have an. But here, I want the orange umbrella. Here we have definite article because the umbrella that I want is noun, is clear, the orange one. That's why we have the definite article. The last examples, a cat is next to the dog. Here we see a cat next to the dog, but we don't know whose cat this is. That's why we have indefinite article, a cat. the last example, the cats are next to the dog. In this example, these are my cats. We're talking about the cats, so we know about them. That's why we have the different article here. Thank you for being with me. Don't forget to subscribe to the channel, like the videos, and share your ideas in the comment section with me.